Hi and welcome back. The aim of this lecture is to explore the role of digital technologies applied to communication and immersive experiences in retail to engage with consumers. Today, communication plays a key role in the spread and perception of products, and this is why the world of fashion is constantly searching for increasingly spectacular performances that can enchant and capture the public's attention. Modern consumers have replaced the purchase of finished products with the quest for emotionally gratifying solutions full of meaning. In this scenario, consumer goods are no longer identified with mere physical ownership, but rather become associated with personal enrichment which consumer experience within a new context. Approaching the project becomes much more complicated as the latter supports an evolving society either through services that establish interpersonal relationships or through communication strategies. In this perspective, for their Fall-Winter 16-17 fashion show, Dolce & Gabbana invaded the city of Naples for 4 days, launching a new experience. Fashion shows became no longer elitist and enclosed in a physical space, but apparently open and visible by all. In this context, two main ideas rise. On one side, mass accessibility, and on the other side, the spectacular element. Technology is increasingly used for this goal, mainly in fashion shows, through virtual shows and augmented reality, and for trying on garments both in shops or digitally, through fitting rooms and virtual try-on platforms or apps. In particular, technology in the shape of augmented or virtual reality is the tool for fashion show productions. Virtual reality, known as VR, is a simulated experience that can be similar to or completely different from the real world. Currently, on one side, standard virtual reality systems use headset or multi-projected environments to generate realistic images and sounds. An example of this technology's application to fashion retail is the project by Coach that, in cooperation with IMG, Simon Maltz and Facebook, has installed virtual reality devices in its shops in order to offer consumers a democratic access to its latest fashion shows. On the other side, standard virtual reality systems use sensations that simulate a user's physical presence in a virtual environment. An example is when Polo Ralph Lauren, for its Spring-Summer 15, projected models in mid-air above the waters of Central Park Lake, thanks to holographic technology. Or, for Autumn-Winter 12, Alfred Dunhill staged an impressive holographic installation in Shanghai with 64 models, this time physical, immersed in a virtual environment that transported London's Trafalgar Square to Shanghai and projected the changing of seasons. This type of virtual reality is different from the one defined in 1996 by Marc Dery as a simulation technology that uses big glasses with integrated displays and quadraphonic sound to immerse users in 3D worlds generated by computer graphics. Indeed, technology today is no longer heavy and bulky. It is light and easy to use, and it involves its user to such an extent that has become difficult to distinguish virtual reality from the physical one. Besides virtual reality, we have also to consider augmented reality, known as AR. It is an interactive experience of a real environment where the objects that reside in the physical world are enhanced by computer-generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensory modalities, including visual, auditory, haptic, somatosensory, and olfactory. We find an example of its use with the British luxury brand Hemica in collaboration with Olition in presenting their Spring-Summer 14 during London Fashion Week. The catwalk was transformed into its digital 3D version that came to life through an ad hoc design solution. Framing a scene with the tablet, models walking with different dresses magically appear. The project is a winner not only because it is new and awe-inspiring, but also because it is functional to staging the show in different parts of the world by simply moving the scene. Going on in this direction, virtual try-on is the future of clothes and accessory buying. In fact, virtual try-on concepts allow visitors to try on digital products on website page or in real environments. The realization of this concept supposes to use different and powerful technologies. It can be processed with models, customer pictures, or video in real time. An example of smart selling is Uniqlo. Uniqlo has equipped one of its point of sale with technological mirrors that blend physical and digital reality to offer an enhanced in-store shopping experience. Once customers have worn the garment of their choice, they can check various available colors in the mirror, take pictures to be shared via email or on social networks, and have all relevant product specifications at their disposal. While these innovations in the shops take place in the physical space, we must also take a look at the virtual space that is increasingly the place where new buying dynamics are forming close to the new generations. This means that future consumers will crowd the real shop less and less as they will increasingly buy on the web. The fashion world has understood this and has responded with the creation of virtual stores in which consumers can buy and try on the product. In augmented reality, a level of digital content accessible to users is superimposed onto the physical world. Information in the shape of text, graphics, and audio, together with other virtual enhancers, are used in real time and merge with the physical environment. This specific link to the real world marks the difference between augmented and virtual reality. The former, in fact, completes and adds value to the interaction between users and the physical environment. One of the first luxury brands to take advantage of the potential of this digital marketing strategy was Boucheron, who has been employing it since 2010 to let consumers try on products and visit boutiques through the website. Moreover, technology gives an answer to the need for made-to-measure with 3D scanning, the new frontier of sizing, somewhat like a virtual tailor. For instance, Gap has been investing in virtual reality. The dressing room app was developed by Avametric in 2007 and it employs avatars helping consumers to visualize the product's degree of wearability without having to try them on. Also, RetailWire investigated the actual potential of the dressing room app and the real possibility of replacing or completing the physical dressing room. In conclusion, several projects arose around this theme, not only to give users products that fit perfectly, but also to reduce the returns of items purchased online, which today has the rate of 28%. In fact, reducing returns means extending the cycle of clothes.